All right, so here's another easy one. This is a vegetable side dish that we like to make. I'm using 2 parsnips, 2 to 3 medium potatoes or small, and 3 carrots. That number's kind of arbitrary. I'm slicing up the potatoes here into little cubes. I don't want them to be too big. I think I'm gonna speed it up here after this first potato because I got 2 more to go. Here we got a parsnip, so the first thing you want to do is peel it and, get that stuff off the outside. I don't wash these. I wash the potatoes, but these I don't wash because you peel them. So there's 1 down. Now we gotta do 2, and I speed this one up. And when you're done peeling them, you want to chop the ends off, both ends. It doesn't need to be a lot. And when I'm deciding how much to chop, I do them in about thirds, and then I try and do them in little wedges, almost like French fries. A good rule of thumb for me is if you're asked, have you had enough to eat, and you can't swallow and say, no, sir, then that's probably too big of a bite or a slice. So I try and keep these pretty small. It also helps it bake faster in the oven. Got those all chopped up. Now we're going to peel some carrots. Same deal as the parsnip. I didn't wash these. I just peel them. Once that's done, I'm chopping off the ends. And kind of the same deal with these. I take a look at them and I typically do them in thirds, trying to get them bite-sized. These ones can be a little wackier to chop up because the carrot's round and it can slip, so you just want to be careful how you're putting the knife down, and just chop it however you can. Don't chop any fingers off. Once you've got that chopped appropriately, you're going to do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Then you're going to do 4 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm not always precise or measure that with an actual tablespoon, but olive oil and potatoes, the potatoes can sometimes really soak it up, and then it gets too heavy and you just sleep the rest of the day. So I stirred that up, and I'm adding salt and pepper. I'm adding quite a bit. I am adding thyme, doing a couple rounds around the bowl. Now I'm adding oregano, which I probably only do 1 shake around the bowl because oregano is very strong. Then you stir it all up. You launch a few outside the bowl, and you add more salt, more pepper. I'm even going for more thyme, and then you stir it all up again. I probably only do this about twice. And we have a cat. That carrot is not going back in the bowl because we play the floor is lava, otherwise known as there is shit on the floor. So then you dump it in your tray, which I did not oil because the veggies already oiled, and I decided that I had too many veggies for 1 tray. I try not to let any of the veggies lay on top of each other or have them spaced out because I think they cook a little more evenly and faster that way. If you have them all stacked on top of each other, I think they don't cook as well. This was a mistake. I set the oven to 405 degrees. I got my stuff in the oven. This ended up taking like over an hour to cook to where I wanted it for a couple reasons. I wish I would have put the oven at probably 420, 430, 450. I let that run for 30 minutes. It doesn't look very done. I want to see some browned and blackened edges because I want these to be crispy. So I closed that up and I set another 15 minutes on there. It still didn't look good to me, so I let it go for probably another 15, 20 minutes. The moral of the story is I've made this before and I just didn't write down that I don't like the recipe says to cook at 400 degrees. I should have set it higher at whatever works for your oven. You can see it's starting to brown a little bit. The other critical lesson here, this is finished, is the top tray and the bottom tray did not cook evenly. The bottom tray cooked really perfectly, and I should have rotated them. So that's something else to keep in mind. So you just want to think about your oven and how it cooks, and you want to pay attention and rotate these and start at a higher temperature. And if you find a recipe you like and you need to alter it, take some notes, because if you're like me and can't remember shit, you will forget and keep making the same mistakes. So this one, probably 15 minutes to prep and get in the oven, and then, you just think what time you want to eat, and you start it hopefully just an hour before you want to eat, and then with your oven temperature at the right temperature, it cooks up and you're done. All right, good luck.